The police chief and the city manager tell the I-Team that they will work to make traffic stop analysis part of officer reviews again, and soon, based on our findings. We have also learned there is a new unit inside police administration now. The data trend we found will be one of its first focuses.
Based on what you showed me, it raises a serious red flag.
Data crunched by the 9 on Your Side I-Team worries state senator and former Cincinnati cop Cecil Thomas.
There's no excuse that you should have some of the disparities that I've seen in some of these numbers. No excuse.
The I-Team went through traffic stops and citations since 2009, 287,000 of them in all. The first thing you'll notice is police have cut traffic stops by 60% since then.
You see a very significant focus on violent crimes.
But black drivers make up a higher percentage of those stops than any time in the last 7 years. So far this year, 63% of drivers stopped have been black, 35% white. Compare that to 2009, when it was 56 to 42%. City Councilman Wendell Young.
I want to know why. And right now, I reserve judgment. I know how I feel about it, but I want to know why.
And so did the I-Team. We took our numbers to the city.
I don't believe we have any answers right now today, but we would have to look at that.
Young is also a former city officer.
And I wouldn't be as troubled if the department could have immediately said to you, oh yeah, here's what's going on. But they couldn't. That's what's troubling to me.
And the police department admits it used to monitor this data, but hasn't in years.
We did look at the traffic stop if there were any outliers in that data. One of the things that we've become aware of is that we haven't done that since 2012.
Since then, the city's been through 3 city managers, and the department has been through 4 different leaders. But 150 new officers have been hired too, none subjected to a quarterly review of their stops.
Let's just be honest, we've had some leadership changes in the last 5 years, and some things have fallen by the wayside, but we want to make sure that we're living up to the commitment that we've made.
If I can give you my best guess of why there is a disparity again, and it's back to calls for service. You're going to see violations where you are, and where you are is where there are calls for service.
The monitoring program was born out of a pact with this community, part of the collaborative agreement, which the department is also reevaluating, just creating the collaborative compliance unit.
Has there been anything tangible that you've taken away from that yet?
Well, you brought one thing to us very tangible here, and one of the things that we recognize is that this is something incorporating traffic stops into our quarterly review. That's something that we found that ceased in 2012, and in my first year as chief, something that I want to make sure that we're continuing to do.
We wish our kids sweet dreams, and we have such sweet dreams for them. Suzu Kaneda's parents dream she'll make it to age 2 and 3 and on. She has fought her whole young life, diagnosed with pulmonary vein stenosis and not much time. Her family and doctors landed last week in Cincinnati, met by a team from Cincinnati Children's, her last hope for a life-saving lung transplant.
It's such a heart-wrenching story for anybody who knows about it.
Ann Golden with the Japan America Society watches on the tarmac. Moving Suzu takes nearly 90 minutes. What we don't know then is that this flight almost turned around because Suzu is so sick. You can see it though. In-home video, her colorful push and play replaced by an oxygen tank. Her crib given up again for a hospital bed. These tests and treatments aren't new. You see, Suzu has a twin, Saya. They shared a birthday and the disease. Saya, though, died before they turned 1.
They don't show much their emotion. They're very pretty calm when I see, them. And they feel this is the best option.
Junko Kojima spends time with Suzu's family here as she lies in a new bed in a new hospital, tubes and a teddy bear, the only things familiar.
The wish is she survive and then she get the new lung and then grown up.
Even getting that new lung will be a challenge. Her evaluation period goes through next week. By now, what is apparent to any parent?
They just need to trust God.
Baby Suzu and her family need prayers as much as sweet dreams.
Well, transformation like this doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of hands, up to 150 pairs of hands on any given day here at Music Hall. And by this point, almost all of the people working here know Matthew Zori.
The only music in this hall now belongs to hammers, saws, the percussion of construction. But if you listen closely some days,
completely guessing on my exposure.
You'll also hear the careful clicks of a camera.
Originally, I was thinking of just really more personal work, more abstract, interesting lighting, work lights, high contrast and grit. Then I realized when I got here that I felt an obligation to actually document what was going on, and to keep coming back.
Matthew Zori is back in Music Hall after a couple weeks away when we join him.
The guys with the blow torches, they're cutting apart the escalators today. I thought I was going to miss that, so I'm glad they're still here.
He made these photos and more on our tour.
I hadn't thought about the floor disappearing, so I would say that is pretty much the biggest shock.
Surprising, especially when you consider that Zori is used to the view. He's been performing on this stage for more than 20 years.
I try not to use the A word, art. I don't know what I do is art, I play the bass, I have fun making music.
He plays for us a bit at his Wyoming home, where he also has a makeshift photo studio. But the bass and music came first and brought Zori to Cincinnati and to Music Hall.
Being from outside of Cincinnati, I have a totally different experience to it, and it's not the same as local people. It's like, as a New Yorker, if you're going to talk about tearing up Central Park, you're really going to get me going.
He may not be from here, but he gets it. Just look at him work, and look at his work. The focus on the people, Music Hall's manpower.
To me, that seemed natural.
This portrait, he says, is his favorite. The lines, the lighting, but he's still looking for his subject.
And I haven't run into this fellow to give him his portrait. I'm carrying one in my bag.
And he could be any of these guys, building a new box office, putting in a new pit, or uncovering hidden gems like these windows in Corbett Tower.
I think you have to say that a lot of people were nervous about the renovation, but from my perspective, it's all been good.
In Over the Round.
It kind of has taken on a life of its own.
I'm Evan Millward.
And I'm good with that. It's cool.
9 on your side.